Can it be done? One rubric for all assessments? Absolutely. In fact, I think one assessment rubric for an entire department, for an entire grade band that you work with. K-12, a little more challenging, but K-6, certainly. 6-12, absolutely. 9-12, easy peasy. So how do we do this? How do we have one rubric that assesses all summative assessments grade to grade throughout a child's history in your school or district? Well, I will tell you, I'm going to show you some examples. I'm going to show you a template you can use. Here we go. I absolutely love the New York Performance Standards Consortium work. Their website is amazing. Performanceassessment.org/rubrics will bring you to this page. You can find all of their high school level rubrics that they use for all of their graduation level portfolios. So these are summative assessments. And then being part of a portfolio or consortium school as a teacher, we were able to use these rubrics as the graduation level portfolio rubrics and work backwards to use the same standards but slightly adjust the language and the expectation at each grade level leading up. If you're interested in exploring an ELA or literature rubric, we have 4 categories of proficiency, and then we have the performance indicators, or what I call priority standards: organization, analysis and interpretation, style and voice, connections, which is optional by teacher, conventions for written assignments only, and then presentations. If it's an oral component, you would swap that out with conventions. Think about all of the assessments that an ELA teacher would have that has to do with literature would be relevant for this at all grade levels. And we would just kind of scaffold what that looks like in terms of expectation, grade level by grade level. On this math one, you see the same levels of proficiency, and then the performance indicators, again, are applicable at all levels of math: problem solving, reasoning and proof, communication, connections, and representation. Again, these are priority standards or skills that all students need at all grade levels. Here are my rubric templates. So this is a mastery or proficiency based rubric based on 4 categories of proficiency. We have below, approaching meets above. You could wordsmith these. You could change out the visual to whatever you'd like, but basically you're choosing 4 to 8 skills here and determining what it looks like. Now, this is going to take some work for your department to really get in there and wordsmith exactly what they want this to say. I definitely think you should use a agreement like Elmo, enough, let's move on, when it's good enough, and then you can have people kind of wordsmith and fine tune a little down the road. But in the moment when you're having this conversation, I think the goal is to get to the high level skills, which is just like 1 or 2 words describing the priority standards. Another option is to do single point rubric. So this is actually even faster to create if you want to get to those skills and a description of what does it look like to be proficient in this skill. You don't need all of these 4 categories. You just need the one. When you're using this as a rubric to assess, you can have the teacher or evaluator write in qualitative comments in the above or approaching. You can name specifically why it was above or why it's still approaching. So this one is even better when you have a department that might struggle to get to consensus or want to wordsmith a little too much. I would recommend starting here, and then you could always expand out to this 4-point proficiency-based rubric. So that's it. Get your team together. As a department, come up with 4 to 8 priority standards. Start with single point unless you're feeling really ready for that 4-point scale. Then you can work on that. This is perfect for alignment work. Alignment work could not be easier when you all share the same 4 to 8 priority standards K through 12. This is the rubric that everyone assesses on. Everyone already knows each other's rubrics. The students are familiar with the language. Alignment benefits everyone. It saves a ton of planning time. It's coherent. It's amazing. It makes your job easier. Use it. I'm going to link the template below. Grab it, make it your own, share it back with me. Tell me how you used it.